Hi, I'm Joel Eck, and I live in League City, Texas. I had inherited my parents' house, and there was an issue with a squatter living in the property, and there was some fraudulent deed activity, and I talked to my attorney about it, and it was just going to be a real hassle and lots of expense that I just didn't want to deal with. I'd heard Senna House Buyer commercials on the radio, and I reached out to them. The gentleman I spoke with was very reassuring, made it helped me understand that this was the kind of thing I dealt with frequently. Well, I hadn't really known anybody that had gone through this kind of process. It was all new to me. I didn't have anybody to consult with that had done it. I don't know that I had reservations exactly, but I was unsure what the process would be like. So it was good to get on the phone with them and hear that this was the sort of thing they deal with all the time. I was kind of reaching a point of desperation, really, because I didn't have what I needed to get the squatter out of my parents' house. And the attorney that I was working with had basically said it was going to be exorbitant fees on her part to do the work needed. This was really, at this point, it was kind of the only way forward without just giving up on the whole thing. So I had to explain the whole story, where we were coming from. I provided them with documents that I had, court documents from the probate stuff and things that the attorney I was working with for the house itself. I gave them all of that they needed. And then it was a process of providing them with additional information as needed, going to court multiple times before we finally had the actual hearing. I mean, they handled most of it all, on their own. There wasn't a lot that I had to do, which made it easy. The representative I dealt with mostly was Kate, and she was very responsive, answered all my questions, made me feel like there was really a good interaction, a good business relationship, and I wouldn't hesitate to, work with them again if I had this sort of thing come up again. Yeah, it made me feel good that I was able to, get the things that I wanted from my parents' house that were still there. It was just a relief to know that, some of those items that I was able to get were not just going to, go into a scrapyard or something. I would definitely recommend Senna. They definitely, handled the process, painlessly, quickly, especially, considering the legal aspects involved, and just, kept the stress of this, out of my life.